The title is Title of Show, and the reason it's called Title of Show is very clever, as the whole show is. It's a musical about two really wonderful, young, hip songwriters in New York writing a musical. And they want to write a musical and enter it into a musical theater festival, an actual real musical theater festival that takes place in New York, the New York Musical Theater Festival. And at the beginning of the show, they're filling out the application, and the first question is Title of Show. And so that becomes the title of this show. And the musical follows these four hyper-articulate, really wonderful young performers and writers as they put this musical together. And the musical we're watching is then the musical that it is. And they did start it in this musical theater festival. It played off Broadway, where I originally saw it, and then it moved to Broadway. And the conceit of the musical is it ends up on Broadway. And it played there last year. It just closed last October. And we were very lucky. We pushed and pushed, and we're the first regional theater to get the rights to produce this play, this musical, since it closed on Broadway. I was particularly eager to direct it myself, because it was perfect for four of the wonderful performers that I work with in Hair that I would like to work with again. It's perfect for the musical director and the choreographer that I work with quite often, and it's kind of hip and different, and I always like to make sure there are some curveballs in our season that people go, oh, we've never seen anything quite like that at Arizona Theater Company before. And I think next year that'll be this. But it's literate, it's hilarious, it's funny. If you love the theater, you're going to love Title of Show. So we're ready to dive into it, and we're very honored that we're going to be the first people after the Broadway original production to be able to mount our own production of it.
I think it's important to mention that we received quite a bit of national buzz when we announced that we were doing Title of Show.
Yes.
A lot of excitement.
You know, there's some shows that have a cult following, and this is one of them. It's like when they had the musical on Broadway of Jekyll and Hyde, there were Jeckies that followed and knew everything about Jekyll and Hyde, and Les Mis had the same thing. Well, Title of Show, which is often abbreviated TOS, they have a whole cult group called Tossers. and when it was announced that it was going to be done at another place with a new cast and a new production, yeah, it was all over the internet and the bloggers and in the press that we were going to be doing the first post Broadway production, and it's both a feather in the cap for ATC, and I think it'll be a wonderful journey.